From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is Wake Up Weather.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm Kelly Rawson in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. We have a lot to discuss with today's multiple rounds of thunderstorms that are on the way. We also have an active radar this morning, so I will have what's going on right now, what you can expect for the rest of the day, and a nice and lovely weekend forecast here in this weather update. But let's go ahead and get started with what's going on right now. We've got, again, an active radar, nothing overly concerning. In fact, haven't seen any lightning. We still are not seeing any lightning this morning, but we are watching these showers, some of them moderate to heavy, move through. At this time, we can go ahead and zoom into northwest Alabama. At this time, we are looking at a little bit of a shower just north of Florence, heading into some moderate to heavy rainfall with that higher reflectivity, about to head into the Green Hill area, heading towards Highway 43. Otherwise, we are just looking at some moderate to heavy rain showers, especially into Morgan County, some light to moderate rain showers into Limestone County, as well as Madison County, and just that southeastern portion of Lawrence County in Alabama. Otherwise, looking at a few pockets of some heavier showers moving into parts of Wayne County, as well as Lawrence County in southern middle Tennessee. Kind of sporadic in nature, but that is what we have going on at this time. If we go ahead and zoom back out, everybody else, again, just seeing some on and off rain for this morning, but that is continuing to move eastward. I'll put that into motion over the last hour. In fact, it has some dry air has been eating away at that as this is kind of falling apart. You see that here in southern middle Tennessee, but now those showers on that backside starting to redevelop. So we'll watch for any lightning developing with those cells at this time. But right now, not looking at any lightning in this area. I will double check at this time, and no lightning at this time, just looking at an area or a couple areas of moderate to heavy rain showers. Otherwise, things are all relatively calm to start off this active Wednesday of weather that we have on tap, and I will have all the details here in just a moment. But we are looking at some reduced visibility again, thanks to that rainfall falling and then just a little bit of fog settling in. So just a little bit of a gloomy and sticky morning, just like the last few. But if you are heading out anytime soon, just give yourself a few extra minutes. The roadways may be a little bit wet out there, and you may have some reduced visibility, whether it's raining or not. But again, just use caution and give yourself a few extra minutes. Really, you're going to need to use that and put that into play for the rest of the day with multiple rounds of thunderstorms expected. Temperatures off to a muggy start into the upper 60s to lower 70s, just depending on where you're at this morning. A muggy start, and we are going to really not warm up too much more than where we are at now, maybe 10 to 12 degrees warmer. Looking at Lawrenceburg, looking a little bit hazy out there, but otherwise not in too bad of shape. We are dry for now here in Lawrenceburg. Temperatures and dew points very close together. Winds out of the south blowing about 7 to 10 miles an hour. So it is, again, just a muggy and sticky start to the day. Of course, that is indicative of what is to come with the thunderstorms later on this morning and afternoon. Temperatures, I do think we're a little bit cooler in Mount Pleasant. Good morning to you folks in Murray County, but you see and notice wet roads, and that is probably going to stay the case for the rest of today. Again, expecting multiple rounds of rain and storms. Looking at quite gloomy and stormy over into Florence. Good morning to you folks in Lauderdale County and the rest of North Alabama. Wet roads, but again, not really raining at this time. Again, temperatures right now are in the upper 60s to lower 70s. Just want to make sure you are clear on that. But for today, as well as into the afternoon and evening, we do have a level 1 risk for a few stronger to low and severe storms. Main threats really for this afternoon going to be localized flooding and flash flooding issues. Also, some gusty to damaging winds can't be ruled out. We may see a few severe thunderstorm warnings this afternoon. Otherwise, general run-of-the-mill thunderstorms, but still packing a punch, heavy rainfall, and a frequent lightning. And again, maybe some gusty or damaging winds here or there. Not expecting a widespread issue by any means in terms of severe storms. However, we are still expecting those thunderstorms this afternoon to be widespread. Just about everybody getting a thunderstorm or maybe a couple throughout today. So keep that in mind. A very stormy day is ahead in terms of severe weather, not looking likely, but can't completely rule that out for today. Not looking like a tornado threat. Again, looking like some gusty to damaging winds, sporadic not every thunderstorm going to produce that. So just keep that in mind as we head throughout Futurecast for the rest of this morning, late morning into the early afternoon. We're already going to start to see thunderstorm activity pick up across the Tennessee Valley. Again, some heavy rainfall, frequent lightning, not a great day for outdoor plans by any means. We've been telling you for a while that this looks like a washout of a day. So if you still have any outdoor plans planned for today, I would just bring those inside or table them for later on in the week. We are looking at scattered thunderstorms again into the late morning and then into the early afternoon, looking much more widespread. This is when we could see, again, a few storms with some gusty to damaging winds, maybe a few severe thunderstorm warnings. But other than that, general run-of-the-mill thunderstorms with heavy rainfall and a frequent lightning. With the multiple rounds of thunderstorms this afternoon, we will be watching for the potential for some flooding or flash flooding risks. So keep that in mind. We've already seen some flooded roadways over the last few days, but more rain is to come with a few more inches of rain. So we already have a saturated ground, so it is going to be pretty easy for that water to pool up on the roadway. So keep that in mind. Again, give yourself some extra time to slow down on the roads and make it to your destination carefully. And like we always say here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, life-saving advice, turn around, don't drown. So give yourself some extra time if you typically and take a roadway that does flood during heavy rainfall. That may be the case this afternoon. You'll have to reroute yourself. So again, just keep that in mind. Again, not a widespread issue even in terms of flooding, but it could pose a risk deeper into today, into the afternoon. Scattered to widespread activity continues into the evening, the early evening, I should say. Thunderstorms still around for the evening, so keep that in mind. We are going to continue to see that chance at least scattered in nature for the evening and even into the overnight as we still continue to see multiple rounds of rain and storms. We finally catch a break heading into Thursday morning. Now, I'm not going to call Thursday dry, but it is going to be relatively drier compared to today. We're going to look at mostly cloudy to overcast skies for your Thursday with some leftover moisture producing some showers and thunder showers throughout the day on Thursday, but more scattered in nature and less widespread. So that is going to start our drying trend as this cold front that's bringing us this activity finally moves off to the south and east. Again, still leftover moisture though in the area, so keep that in mind. You will need the rain gear for tomorrow, of course, as well as today. But then heading into Friday, we see high pressure get closer and closer. Now, I do think we could see some cloud cover for the eastern portion of our viewing area and east of Interstate 65, maybe a few leftover showers. Otherwise, we should be dry, feeling much better by the time we get to Friday with a little bit more sunshine brightening our day, leading us into the weekend. We are looking at high pressure around for your Saturday. Saturday, in fact, looking fantastic. So any outdoor plans you have for today, let's go ahead and move those to Saturday if you can, because we are looking fantastic for the weekend. We are looking at, again, widespread rain and storm chances for today, scattered in nature for your Thursday. So lower rain chances Thursday still, though something you need to pay attention to and need the rain gear for. For your Friday, again, that stray shower chance east of Interstate 65. And then beyond that, we are dry just aside from a few stray showers heading into the second half of the weekend and into next week. Heading out to the bus stop or heading out to work anytime soon, again, do not forget the rain gear because you will absolutely need it for today. Scattered thunderstorms still around this morning. Right now, not seeing any thunder or lightning just yet, but that could change in a moment's notice. We are expecting, again, thunderstorm activity and multiple rounds of it throughout the entire day. And this afternoon, again, expecting those widespread thunderstorms. So be sure to send the kiddos with the rain gear, a rain jacket, rain boots, all the things. We are going to see that thunderstorm chance continue for the rest of today. Again, going to be quite gloomy, quite soggy, and quite unsettled. Unfortunately, temperatures staying in the upper 70s, maybe briefly getting up into the lower 80s. If you catch a little bit of a dry spell during the afternoon in between rounds of storms. But again, expecting those rounds of storms in terms of severe weather, maybe a few severe thunderstorm warnings with some gusty to damaging winds. Again, a little bit more of a concern is going to be the flooding or flash flooding risk. Again, not a widespread issue, but something that we will be monitoring this afternoon with the potential for some flooded roads out there. So again, just something to keep in mind, not a high alert day by any means, but a day you do need to pay attention to the forecast, pay attention to the radar, of course. Download the free Tennessee Valley Weather app. It will alert you of lightning within 15 miles of your location. You can watch radar. You can also watch our regularly scheduled updates and our live updates there on that free app in all app stores, courtesy of your local neighborhood Quick Mart. We are unsettled for today. Again, multiple rounds of rain and storms. Just because it storms at one point in the day does not mean we are done. In fact, you can probably expect several more thunderstorms to move through your location. So another thing to keep in mind for today, slightly lower rain chances for your Thursday with scattered thunder showers in the areas that frontal system starts to ease on out. And Friday, looking pretty nice. Saturday looking even better. Mostly sunny by the time we get to Saturday. Comfortable temperatures in the lower 80s heading into the weekend. And look at those low temperatures back into the mid to upper 50s. So feeling much more refreshing and much more like fall heading into the weekend. That's a look at your local weather forecast. I hope everybody has a wonderful Wednesday. Again, stay dry, grab the rain gear before you head out. Be mindful of the forecast, especially if you are planning to do anything outdoors. Again, I would suggest you bring those plans indoors, unfortunately. Again, just stay safe out there. If you hear thunder, when thunder roars, head indoors and turn around, don't drown. 2 life-saving bits of advice there. Let's check at your forecast. Like I said, I'll be back at 8 a.m. with your next weather update.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.